That's right, Arya, stick 'em with the pointy end. You will do your darndest to deny death another soul for today. Now, Arya. Oh, you missed your chance. Arya Stark favors a one-handed approach with a rapier, which I think the assassin best imitates, and a rusted gold coin is a consumable that helps us find new items. And even though I think that kinda sucks, Jack and Hug are, right? Let's see about maybe trying out blind Arya on Versailles. Those colors aren't quite right though. Let's see if we can get it right. It seems like pure white is actually kind of yellowish, so let's try to overpower that with a little bit of blue here, and maybe some green. That's not too bad. But she actually kind of just looks dead now, not blind. And that could be kind of confusing, considering this is a Dark Souls game. So let's go back to color. As you can see, full white, again, is kind of not really white. It's kind of bluish-greenish, so you gotta overpower it if you want brown. You gotta kind of make the preview window look more orange or red than brown. There, that's good. Now, I'm sorry that it doesn't really look like Arya Stark. I mean, Maisie Williams, the actress who plays her. But it did take me a few tries over the course of a couple of days, so. And she kind of looks like an older version, which might be good, considering I don't want to be sued or accused of thinking impure thoughts. This is purely about Arya Stark if she were trapped in the Dark Souls universe, and how rough that would be, and how she would triumph. Being that she is a young, vibrant woman in the prime of her life, strong, capable, apparently dead, but undead at least. And actually the main reason I'm doing this is for comedy, not because I'm like into Arya or something like that. But she is an amazing character. So, Arya, here you are, ready to get to action already it seems. It's no needle, but we'll get to that. So where are we? Some kind of cemetery it seems? Let's just check out this area real quick to see if there's anything, any kind of clues or anything that we need here. Oh, we got some messages. These are tutorial messages. I already happen to pretty much know the controls, so let's just run by them. I'll show them, but not really go through them real in detail. Ah, we've got our first victim, and I think Arya wanted to test out her new sorcerer ability that she found herself with. Because this is a new thing to her. She's never been magically inclined before. Oh, but it didn't work out, but it jogged her memories from a long time ago.
There is only one God, and his name is death.
And there is only one thing we say to death.
Not today.
Yes, of all the people to be trapped in the Dark Souls world from Game of Thrones, Arya Stark may in fact be one of the best suited for it. She's had a horribly rough life, and I'm sure she can endure the trials that are in store for her here. Death is her god after all, and everyone is dead here. But remember, Arya still doesn't know where she is. What is this big structure? And apparently she can't see it from here. Though she will find a soul of a deserted corpse, even if that seems a little weird to her. Now, coming back, it seems that more people are going to get in her way. Well, that's what happens to them. Now, another item here, Ashen Estus Flask. Okay. Arya doesn't know what that does, but I do. It restores the firepower, the FP, which is your magic basically in this game. She's guarding, because that's what the tutorial is doing, and of course she's never really used a shield before, so she does have to learn. We're going to try to backstab this guy, Arya and I. Let's see if she can manage to do it. This is, of course, her thing, so let's see. What? Well, she's not an assassin of the faceless men for nothing. And here's what we just did for those of you who've never played this game before. Those who have played the game before probably can see this coming. But Arya, of course, takes it in stride. She knows that she has to kill this guy first and then go deal with the guy shooting those arrows. I'm sure she's very freaked out by all these undead people and maybe the fact that she's undead too. But she sure doesn't show it. Although in Westeros, the side effect of being undead does tend to be a certain lack of feeling. Well, as puppet masters of the undead always say, as long as she gets the job done, right? Hold her sword with two hands. That's kind of a weird thought for Arya. She was always taught,
Just so. Just one hand is all that is needed. Is all that is needed.
But she'll try it out. She's grown into a very flexible killer over the years, with keen senses, and it'll lull her enemies into a false sense of security, thinking she'd be easier to take down with a two-handed weapon. One-handed or two-handed, Arya's a boss against these tutorial enemies. There appears to be more to this side path here. Turn back, it says. Ah, no. But our passage is slowed by this water, which is kind of cool. Now, let's see what awaits us. In fact, let's try to be a little stealthy. Stealthy? No, stealthy. Because we have a little staff for that, and we were warned that there's probably danger ahead by another player who left that message for everybody to see. So yes, there does seem to be some big icy thing over there. Let's see if we can sneak by it at a very, very casual way. No? Or not. Apparently Arya's just gonna run in. Just like in that other situation. You know. Like in Season 4, Episode 1.
Get back here.
I love how similar their fast walks are. This Arya and the real Arya, Maisie Williams for that matter. That's right, Arya, stick 'em with the pointy end. You will do your darndest to deny death another soul for today. Now, Arya. Oh, you missed your chance. But this girl is nothing if not bold. He's recovering Arya quick. Or not. Somehow she's lasted 6 seasons of Game of Thrones, but she couldn't last 6 minutes of this video. Okay, with the point at the end, etc. Let's get back to where we were. You know, I've never actually tried doing a somersault like that in the water. I wonder if it actually works. So Arya, when you died, you lost your souls, and touching that blood stain from where it happened is going to give them back to you. Arya. Arya. She's not listening. But she's fighting okay. Well, she doesn't actually fight that much on the show, right? So, you know, Arya, you should probably get out of there and learn how to heal. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Let's run. Time to run. He's not going to pursue us through this whole thing, is he? No, I guess not. Alright, Arya, so how do you heal? You don't go in your menu. No, you just do this. That's the X button. Done. Alright. So anything that's on that bottom slot there, by pressing the X button, it will allow Arya to drink from it, or use it, or whatever. I am playing this on a PC, but with an Xbox 360 controller, which is how a lot of people like to play Dark Souls. Okay, so this is kind of a weird spot to get him into. Let's see if maybe he'll just... Oh, crap! Wrong way to jump. Arya. Wrong way to dodge. Fortunately, fans of the show and books probably will never see this happen to her. Unless it's like of old age. That is, if we don't die of old age before George R.R. Martin finishes those books, am I right? Eh? No, okay, never mind. He's trying. And so are the producers of HBO. So is Arya. It's really hard. She's even going to use one of her Estus flasks to heal up. She only has a limited amount of them, especially at the start of it. Oh, and I'm just gonna cut these now so that basically we only show HP changes, and maybe I'll just switch to music now. Yes. Because it's not the end. This is not the main battle. Well done, Arya. That was probably the most epic way you could have completed that battle there. Did you see that moment where she thought she'd been killed, then realized she hadn't and delivered the final blow? Titanite's scale from that corpse, it seems. Oh, she's waiting for me. Alright, let's go. But look, we got 4,000 souls from that. That's probably a good thing. We don't really know yet. What we can do is see a little bit more of the environs here. We've got this big superstructure of some kind that we still don't know what it is yet. But we're going to find out soon, I have a feeling. Oh, healing is a good idea. Good thinking, Arya. But that's our last Estus flask for a little bit. Boy, that's a hard thing to say. Last Estus flask, last Estus flask, last Estus flask. And I didn't cut and paste those either. I could also do last Estus flask.
Last Estus flask. Last Estus flask.
Okay, anyway. You can see there's a castle of some kind. Can't get a very good look yet. And ahead there's some kind of ruin with fires burning. And over here, a sword with embers, I guess? Light bonfire. Bonfire lit. Bonfire, ooh, nice. Bonfire lit. She doesn't look un-Arya-esque. So these have multiple purposes. Resting at them is a checkpoint in terms of deaths. And it also heals you and fills your Estus flasks. There's other things too. We'll get to that. Now Arya is gonna bait this fellow out, just as she probably would on the show, but a little too slow with the reactions there. She'd probably be a bit quicker. You know what? Let's just do that again. Okay. That's more like it. Arya notices these two gentlemen here. Unfortunately, she's not really acculturated. The idea of a siesta stuff. It's not really a Westerosi thing, so she's no respect for that. They simply have their guard down, as far as she's concerned. Just as this fellow thinks he has her guard down as well, but he does not. You see that undead fellow around the corner there? Arya is going to try to sneak up on him. The boots have a 20-second timer I've discovered through editing magic. And, but unfortunately we didn't get a backstab for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, you know what? It seems like probably a bad idea to go this way. I didn't play through the tutorial or anything before, no, what? This is obviously a fresh and live playthrough, so you have no need to worry about that. Besides, Arya clearly didn't know about that flaming arrow. And I forgot that guy was there, and I haven't really played past the first boss either, so. When you watch this, you think, didn't he hear the other guy coming? And I did. I just reacted too slowly. Or rather, Arya did. Let's not get too fourth wall-y here. For example, this is something much more fun to look at from her perspective. She's gonna get the drop on these fellas. Perfect. Ah, a new kind of opponent for her. She's never faced this before. Neither in Westeros nor here. But it's no challenge for her, ultimately. This is really good training for the White Walkers. She just needs to get the right kind of sword, and she'll be good. Fire bombs, excellent. Not really something she has any experience in, nor I, for that matter, but we'll give them a shot. Coming up this hill, there's a little tutorial about jumping, but I think Arya would rather heal up first before she does that. Kill all these enemies all over again. It's 3 XP basically, since they're really weak. You get used to killing them all in the same spots, in the same ways. That's Dark Souls 101, and if you want, this is how you grind for XP. Because as we're going to find out, after the upcoming boss battle, these souls are essentially XP, as well as gold. It's a big difference from Paradox games I'm used to, where you have like a million currencies, a million things to spend, a million kinds of points on. No, Arya, you're not going to fight that guy down there. You're going to be really stupid, God, and then run away. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know, Arya. You sure you'd be okay with that fall? Oh, there's an item over there. You know, Arya, I bet you could actually jump for that. If you just got a little bit of distance. Yeah, you get the idea. Okay, let's see. And no, way off. Let's see. Does this work? Nope. Does not. Just so you know. Alright. What does this message say? Nothing. We don't care. We're busy. Oh, that did not work. That did not work. Okay, is it just me, or do these guys not have friendly fire on? It's not fair, but Arya's life hasn't really been fair ever, has it? But maybe she can get this item, then start turning things around for herself. Nope. Nope. I spoiled that one. Nope. Guess what? Nope. Okay, we kind of hurt ourselves a bit there, so let's try so everything all over again. And give that another shot. Okay. Ready, Arya? This is the one, okay. Ready? Yes! I actually forgot that was the one. Okay, Titanite shard, and now we're gonna do this proper. That message is the one that teaches us how to plunge, you see? Plunge! Jing attack. Very cool. I love how she stabs it straight down like Link's attack in Super Smash Bros. For some reason is what comes to mind. Although that is a profoundly different game in every other respect. For 20 extra souls, we'll go ahead and kill this guy too. Well, I've played other games involving a character named Link, and while Arya hasn't, she's not an idiot. I think she can walk into a scene like this and pretty well know what's coming. She is too smart for her own good, after all. But she's gonna at least check out this apparent statue here, which seems to have a kind of electric jelly thing sticking out the back of him, like a cancer or something. It's whatever it is. Maybe it's not a good thing to touch, I'd have to guess. It's a very large and complicated model with these cool gold decorations hanging off him. Very large and complicated tree in the background there too, and a large and complicated coffin. Well, it's a large and complicated game, but it's not so hard to just pull this thing out. Simple, really. Though maybe not so simple as the consequences. Yes, just like Arya. Stab first, ask questions later, don't even worry if it hurts the HP, just go for it. And it did hurt his HP. Arya, you're gonna have to be a little bit further away. Okay, trying again. It's her first time facing you, Gundyr. So, you know, maybe you should go easy on your assessment of her. She at least knows to heal. When's the right time to heal? When the guy has some big moves that leave him vulnerable. She knows that much. But is she quick enough? No, she's not. What does Udix Gundyr say to death? He says yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So every time you fight this guy, Arya discovers, you can pretty much just do this. What? Did he fall off? I don't know. Because Arya's not going to look back. She's too busy dodging the crossbow shot, running in through the mist. Keeping those guys from getting mixed up in this, and starting a boss fight for us automatically. Which means we can't run in and get those souls back. Incidentally, it's like 4,000 something souls, so we kind of want to hold on to those. Almost 5,000. Good dodge. Good time to attack. That's the trick with this guy. Just wait in one place, and he'll come do his big attacks that use up a lot of time, like that one, and the jump attack, and the one where he kind of gets knocked off balance that we saw earlier. This one. It's a good time to attack if you're in a good spot for it. All of this, of course, is Arya's internal monologue as she sizes up her opponent, which unfortunately distracts her and robs her of the chance of dodging that, which would have been a great time to attack. Now the epic circling to get away from the edge, bring the battle more toward the center here. When Arya dances, sometimes she leads. Sometimes she lets the man take the lead. Nice. I like how the stabs are right into the middle of the chest. She's really aiming for the right place. It's not just sort of a random attack. Oh god. Yes. Time for phase 2. Arya doesn't even blink. She's seen some crazy things. I mean, would the Hound have been surprised? She traveled with him for God knows how long. If I recall correctly, she developed a pretty thick skin in the process. Just not really thick enough for that. Maybe if her face had been shoved into a fire as a child, she'd have some calluses or something. You never know what's going to be character forming for you. Okay, round 3. This time, hopefully, we don't just die right away. Okay, good. Got away a little bit. Dodged that jump attack as we're meant to. Get a little bit of attack in there real quick. Wait, actually, I think she's probably feeling pretty pressed up against the wall here. I knew you couldn't count on her to grab back those 5,000 souls and heal, just like that. Oh god. But even if she gets knocked down, she gets up again. You're never going to keep her down. Okay, so far so good. Here comes phase 2. Always a good time to heal. So Arya already knows. I bet you wish she could heal in real life. Especially in regard to certain status effects. Oh my god. Arya, I feel really bad for putting you through this with 1 health and 1 Estus class and being backed up against the wall like that. It's not looking good. I think someone flipped the rage switch. She's gone berserker. She doesn't seem to even care about her sword anymore. Well, she's using some thought now. What happened is I accidentally put away the sword. I didn't even realize. I was so caught up in the moment that Arya was so caught up in the moment she didn't even realize that she was punching with her bare fists. She was so mad with rage. Having stepped back for a second and healed, the blood kind of lifts from her eyes. She realizes what she was doing when she starts punching like that and decides to take out her sword. Or maybe she just tends to forget about all swords that aren't needle, which may not have been a good thing for her in this case. Even if lots of people do name their swords, after all. From here, Arya really needed to stop and eat some dinner, I think, because she just had a really bad few runs. This was great. Like, he's so good at making you feel scary. I mean, Arya is used to a certain amount of harassment, but this is still quite a beating. Not even making it to the second stage again until this one. Nice dodge there. Now, in the interest of reach, Arya has switched to two-handing her weapon, but unfortunately, getting close even enough to do that is very dangerous. She really kind of at this point is wishing she'd stuck with archery. Well, that probably wouldn't have saved her from that one. Or that one. You probably noticed, but off camera, Arya lost all her souls. It's really a shame. I was running past all of those guys, but I accidentally got stuck in them. You know, the ones between the bonfire and here. So aside from that Titanite shard and the fact that we got a pretty epic montage out of it, that whole fight was absolutely pointless. All those souls are just gone forever. It's like her dad, and her mom, and her brother, and her other brother, and a dancing instructor, and a dire wolf, and now her. Except not. Instead, she's going to try a different strategy. First of all, it's time to get serious. Put on a hood, even if it makes you look like a girl. And secondly, equip these firebombs so that we have a bit of a ranged option here for the second phase. Like that. Arya has learned that the somersault contains a certain amount of magic in and of itself, in that you can dodge as long as you're in the middle of a somersault, you are going to dodge. Fortunately, we didn't have to count on that there. Just dodge without any problem. Here's an attack. I think he only does that one at the very end. Sadly, she didn't take this one seriously enough. Didn't realize, of course, that the firebombs don't regenerate after death. So that was basically her first and last chance with them for this fight. Doesn't mean she's going to save this last one. But she's not really going to get any benefit out of them either from all the damage she just took. Not to mention, yeah, you can't catch any cats if you're not aware of your surroundings. And right back into it. Hurt pretty bad right off the bat. Gonna use that Estus Flask. Arya's gonna dodge out of the way, keep pretty clear until the second phase, then switch to two-handed to do a little extra damage and get a little more range, or reach rather. Just keep distance. This is the strategy that Arya used, but it may not be the best strategy for this boss. It's just, it did eventually work. So, just keep dodging and healing when you can, when he gets distracted on his big things to throw him off, and then jump in. Just keep hitting him with those long pokey pokes. Keep hitting him with the pointy end, as it is said, and eventually, maybe, he will be destroyed. Destroyed. Yes, not defeated, but destroyed. But Ember will be restored. This essentially gives us back... See how we now have a lot more health than before? And we're also, like, covered in flaminess? Now, every time we die, it will gradually lower our max health. Until we use an item called an Ember to restore it. Now Arya can finally pose, with her hood off, of course, as she has earned. Next time on Let's Play Dark Souls 3 with Arya Stark. Arya keeps getting meaner and darker and better at killing, just like in the show. See you next week, even if Arya doesn't. And if you like this video, you should check out my others on Morrowind, EU4. Pretty soon we're going to start Solaris. Not at all related to this game, but check them out, you might like them. And as this is the first video in the series, it'd probably help out a good deal if you were to hit the like button on it, if you think I deserve it. See you next time, and remember, winter is coming! I'm so excited.